Yeah, it's wild. It is surprising considering how much they've really emphasized that perk in the past. Southwest is facing a lot of pressure to increase their profitability.
That'll be interesting to see how their employees feel about that. Oh man, they're about to be swimming in cash.
Yeah.
So do you think this will backfire on them? Will it make them less competitive? What is up, Kadam fam? Welcome back to the channel, you guys. We've got a deep dive today into some shocking airline news.
Oh, yeah.
Southwest Airlines, a company that's known for doing things a little bit differently, having those colorful planes.
Yeah, bucking the trends.
Bucking the trends, exactly.
Right.
They're making some big changes.
Huge.
Big time.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
So before we even get into this, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're a small channel. We only have 15 subscribers right now, but with your help,
Let's get it up there.
we can take Kadem to the next level. Don't forget to smash that like button and share this deep dive with your friends. All right, let's get down to business. Southwest, famous for that bags fly free guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
And they even trademarked it.
I know.
They are saying goodbye to that era.
Wow.
Starting May 28th, you're going to have to pay for your first and second checked bags.
I can't believe it.
I know, it's crazy, right? Did you ever think you would see the day that Southwest started charging for bags? I want to know what you think about this change. Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, it's wild. It is surprising considering how much they've really emphasized that perk in the past. But I think where it gets really interesting is when you look at the reasons behind it. Southwest is facing a lot of pressure to increase their profitability.
Right.
And they're also looking to attract, new segments of customers.
That makes sense. So is this just a cash grab then?
Well, their CEO, Bob Jordan, he actually said last year that bags fly free was the #1 reason people chose to fly Southwest.
Wow.
And he said that changing it wasn't even on the table.
Oh.
And now he's saying that this is what employees want.
Oh, interesting.
So clearly some shift in thinking happening there.
Yeah, that is interesting. They were doing a complete 180 on this.
Totally.
Wow. That'll be interesting to see how their employees feel about that.
Absolutely. And even think about the financial impact of this. Even without charging for those first 2 bags, they still made $73 million in baggage fees last year alone.
Whoa, imagine how much they're going to make once they start charging everybody.
Exactly.
Oh, man. They're about to be swimming in cash.
Yeah. Especially when you compare that to the billions of dollars that airlines like American and United and Delta, they rake in annually from these baggage fees.
Without-
So this is a potentially huge revenue boost for Southwest.
That's true. That's a really good point. So do you think this will, backfire on them? Will it make them less competitive? Or do you think people are just so used to baggage fees now that as long as that, base fare is low, they won't even care? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
I think people are pretty used to it at this point. The competition is definitely happy about this change.
Right.
Delta's CEO, Ed Bastian, he basically said that Southwest customers are, quote, up for grabs now. And United CEO, Scott Kirby, he called it, quote, the slaying of a sacred cow.
Whoa.
A big deal for the whole industry.
Yeah. They're not, mincing words, are they?
Nope.
Wow. But I guess I get it, if people are choosing Southwest specifically because of those free bags and now those are gone.
Right?
It makes sense that the other airlines would see this as an opportunity to, to steal some customers.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. But, analysts are saying that Southwest should be able to hold on to their customer base as long as their prices stay competitive.
Yeah, that makes sense. People love a good deal.
Right.
And speaking of deals, Southwest is making a bunch of other changes too, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a whole lot more going on than just baggage fees.
Okay.
They're bringing in assigned seating,
Oh, wow.
premium seats.
Really?
They're even adding red-eye flights.
No way.
They're selling tickets on Expedia now.
Yeah.
And they're even introducing a new, basic economy fare option.
Wow. It's they're turning into every other airline.
Yeah.
I remember when flying Southwest felt different.
Right.
It was an experience.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll still have that that same vibe after all these changes.
It's a big shift for sure.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about the layoffs too.
Oh, right.
They cut 15% of their corporate workforce.
Wow.
The first mass layoffs in the company's history.
That's a huge deal. They've always been known for treating their employees really well.
Exactly.
So do you think like all of these changes are ultimately like good or bad for Southwest in the long run?
I don't know.
And what do you think is going to happen to their unique company culture? This is a pivotal moment for them.
Yeah.
Hit us up in the comments. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, they're walking a tightrope, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to balance their low-cost legacy with the need to compete in a market that's constantly changing.
Right.
So the success of these changes really hinges on two things: keeping their prices low and making sure that their loyal customers stick around.
Yeah. Okay. So let's break this down a little bit further. You mentioned that they're under pressure to increase profits.
Yeah.
Is there more to that story?
There is. Remember Elliott Investment Management?
Yeah.
That activist investor group?
Okay.
They bought a big chunk of Southwest last year.
Right.
And they've been pushing for all these changes to, make the airline more profitable.
Okay. Yeah. I remember reading about that. So is Southwest basically just doing whatever Elliott wants?
It seems that way. All these new things they're doing, like the assigned seating, the third-party ticket sales, even the basic economy fares, like these aren't new ideas.
Right.
But they are new for Southwest.
Yeah, it's a huge change for them.
Yeah.
And this whole thing about employees wanting these changes,
right?
It's hard to wrap my head around that. Like, are they really on board with all this?
That's the interesting part, right? Because the CEO, Jordan, is saying that this is what employees want, but it doesn't quite line up with everything we've heard about Southwest's company culture in the past.
Right. It's like they're going through an identity crisis.
It kind of feels that way.
Yeah. But hey, maybe this is all part of some brilliant plan.
Maybe.
What do you think, Kadem fam? Is Southwest making a mistake by becoming more like the other airlines? Or are they making, smart moves to stay ahead of the game? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments.
It's a good question because, they built their reputation on being different, offering perks like, bags fly free that no one else did.
Right.
But the airline industry is a tough business.
Yeah.
And maybe they need to adapt to survive.
Yeah, it's a tough call. They're trying to find that sweet spot.
Right.
Between keeping their traditions alive.
Yeah.
And, staying competitive at the same time.
It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
Will they be able to attract those new customers they're targeting while keeping their current customers happy?
Right.
Only time will tell.
And speaking of time, we are out of it for this part of our deep dive. But don't worry, we'll be back soon with part 3, where we'll explore the potential impact of all these changes on Southwest's future. Make sure you subscribe to Kadem. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. We're a small channel with big dreams. Every like, comment, and share helps us grow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in part 3. Welcome back to Kadem, everyone, for the final part of our Southwest Airlines deep dive. It's been a wild ride, We've covered a lot of ground, but now let's take a step back and look at the big picture here.
Yeah, if we kind of zoom out a bit, I think we can see that this isn't just about bags or even just Southwest itself.
Right.
This is about the airline industry as a whole and how it's changing.
Oh, I like that. It's all connected, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me more. What is it about the industry that's pushing airlines like Southwest to make such drastic changes?
Well, the airline industry is just super, super competitive. And, airlines are constantly trying to cut costs and make more money and attract more customers. And in recent years, there's been this trend towards what's called unbundling.
Unbundling? Is that like what they do with the cable TV packages where you have to pay extra for all the good channels?
That's a great analogy. It's the same idea. Right. So instead of offering one price for everything,
right,
airlines are breaking down the travel experience into all of these separate parts and then charging for each one, individually.
So baggage fees, seat selection fees, even fees for using the overhead bins.
Yep. All of that.
Oh, man.
And this allows them to offer lower base fares, which can be really attractive to people who are just looking for the cheapest option.
Right.
But it also means that you end up paying more overall if you, want those extra perks or that convenience.
So Southwest is basically just following the industry trend then.
In a way, yeah, but it's a big change from how they used to do things. They really built their brand on being the no-frills airline.
Right.
The one that offered a simple, affordable travel experience.
Right.
And bags fly free was a huge part of that identity.
So by getting rid of bags fly free and like adopting all of these, unbundling strategies, are they risking alienating like their loyal customer base, the people who, love them for their simplicity and affordability?
It's definitely a risk. But, they're betting that they can attract enough new customers with those lower base fares to make up for any potential losses.
It's a big gamble. What do you think, Big M fam? Is this the end of like the Southwest we know and love?
Yeah.
Or can they pull this off and stay competitive without, losing their unique identity? Let us know in the comments.
And here's something else to think about. If bags fly free can disappear, what other long-held travel perks could be next to go?
Oh, good question. Free snacks and drinks, in-flight entertainment, legroom. It's starting to get a little worried here. What do you think will be the next thing to go? Leave us a comment. Let us know.
It's definitely something to consider. As the airline industry keeps changing, we might see even more changes that really affect how we travel.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a little shook by all this Southwest news. It feels like the end of an era.
It's a defining moment for them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Absolutely. And remember, Kadem fam, we're a small channel, but we are growing thanks to you and your support. So please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives like this, and share this video with your friends. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Tell us what you think about all of these changes and what you think the future holds for Southwest Airlines. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.